Hello dear viewers, I am Dr. Shravya, consultant reproductive medicine from 49 Hospital, Secunderabad. Today I am going to talk about a controversial topic called social egg freezing or elective egg freezing. So recently I have heard a debate on a TV news channel regarding this. So I thought I would do a video to give certain information regarding the social egg freezing. So you might be curious, what exactly is social egg freezing or elective egg freezing, and what does the procedure entail? So what is social egg freezing? First thing, usually freezing is something what we do for some people with medical conditions. So freezing or cryopreservation, we preserve gametes, either egg, oocytes or sperms or embryos directly in certain medical conditions, and then plan for the transfer of these gametes in IVF later on. So the persons affected with certain medical conditions like cancers, people usually having cancers who have to undergo radiotherapy or chemotherapy are at risk of decreasing gamete numbers or even loss of gametes and even primary ovarian insufficiency. So in these women, we advise egg freezing if they are not married, or if they are married, to cryopreserve the embryos before they undergo procedures like radiotherapy or chemotherapy. This is to avoid damage to the gametes. We retrieve the eggs from their body, freeze them, and once they are through their cancer treatment and once they are disease free, we transfer the embryos back into their uterus so that they can have a family, they can plan a pregnancy, right? So these are certain medical conditions, either be it cancer or certain even autoimmune diseases, we advise elective freezing. So autoimmune conditions, especially when they are taking immunosuppressant medications which are harmful to the oocytes or sperms. So in these patients, we advise to freeze their oocytes or sperms or embryos. So these are all for medical conditions. But in certain conditions, like certain group of people come to us for elective preservation of their gametes. So who are these people and what do we call them? This is called elective cryopreservation. See, they do not have any medical condition, except only thing is that time or age is against them. So usually women are associated with a fixed ovarian reserve. Our reserve is fixed at birth at 2 million eggs, and as gradually we age, the egg numbers keep coming down. So once our age is around 30 years, our egg numbers come down further, and at 35 to 40 the decline is rather fast. So to avoid this, what is called the biological clock, some people advocate elective egg freezing. So whenever our age is like a ticking time bomb or a biological clock. So every year that we age, our oocytes or egg numbers come down, and with the number of eggs, the egg quality also comes down, right? So to avoid this, what the solution people have come up with is, we can cryopreserve our oocytes and then use these oocytes later when we are ready to plan pregnancy. So elective cryopreservation of eggs has two steps, okay? First step is wherein we give controlled ovarian stimulation, that is, we give daily injections to couples or to the female partner or to a single lady, and then retrieve the eggs. And once the eggs are retrieved, the egg retrieval is a procedure which is done under sedation. So daily injections of 10 days, and at the 12th day or 13th day we retrieve the eggs, and these eggs are frozen. They are frozen at minus 196 degrees centigrade, and this temperature is maintained so that the metabolism of the cell is lowered to a very low extent. And once these are frozen, these can be used at a later date when the girl or woman gets married later, probably 2 years later, 5 years later. Whenever they are ready to bear a child, then they can come back to retrieve the eggs, and we fertilize the eggs with sperm, create embryos, and the ready embryos are transferred back into the uterus. So what are the advantages of elective egg freezing or social egg freezing? The advantage is we are trying to beat the age or biological clock, because as I have told you earlier, with age our egg number and both egg quality come down, right? So when we cryopreserve the eggs at 25 years or at 30 years, the egg number and egg quality is relatively better than at 35 or 40 years when you are planning pregnancy. So most of the people who are going for social or elective egg freezing are women who are more career oriented or who have certain other responsibilities or certain restraints that they cannot plan pregnancy at this age. So they are planning pregnancy probably sometime later in the future. So they want to cryopreserve the eggs in order to preserve their fertility. But what are the downsides with elective egg freezing? One, any medical intervention, as in any drug, will have certain risks associated with it. Even if you take a plain paracetamol for headache or fever, you could end up with a gastric irritation, right? So it is something similar. So any procedure. So similarly for elective egg freezing, you will be given 10 days of stimulation, right? So 10 days of daily injections. So your ovaries can grow big, okay? So hyperstimulated, and again you have to undergo a procedure under anesthesia. So your eggs are retrieved and then these are cryopreserved, and then again transfer at a later age. So pregnancy planning at an elderly age is also associated with certain risks. Risks like hypertension, gestational diabetes, and also IUGR, intrauterine growth restriction of the babies. So babies tend to be on the lower weight and can end up with NICU. So all these problems are also there with planning a pregnancy at a later age, even with cryopreserved oocytes. So yes, the one thing which you will be able to avoid is definitely low IQ babies. As the age advances, the oocyte quality, I have told you, comes down. So with declining oocyte quality, the problem is that you might end up with a pregnancy, that is a child having low IQ or something like Down syndrome. This can be avoided in social egg freezing because you are freezing your oocytes at an age of 25 to 30. So this is definitely avoided, but the risks are, yes, you have to undergo a procedure and your oocytes will be done through IVF ICSI, and then you have to undergo a transfer, and again the risks of complications at an elderly age pregnancy are the same. So these are the risks and benefits of doing a social egg freezing. But sadly what happens is majority of the people who come to us with for the request of social egg freezing usually come at an age of 35. So when you are planning for social egg freezing at 35, it will not make much difference because at 35 your egg numbers would have already gone down, and even your egg quality also would have gone down. So the ideal age to do an elective egg freezing is somewhere between 25 to 30. But right now there is not much awareness regarding this procedure. So people usually approach us at a later age. But even then, the best thing is nothing like the right time or nothing like the current time. So ideal thing is if you can, if there is no emergency or no specific restraints, it is better to plan pregnancy early than rather than going for social egg freezing.
Today I'll be discussing a most commonly asked question to me: do I need hair transplant? That's a very general question among patients, and I'll just tell you who is the right candidate for surgery. I have done surgery from